Alright, let's see. I'm gonna just take a look at all of this stuff, see if there's anything new, but it does not look like it. So we're just gonna...
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Yes, we will.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Yeah.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Just you wait. I don't know how to make the story
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
differ
The
from the
air is
last.
stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The
Them
only
dancing
furniture of note
dinos.
is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I feel like we know Toya's starting to feel a little better when the dinos be dancing that much, you know? That's the only
The
way
blade
to know.
is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
We'll need it if we want to do this right. Okay. So we're gonna, I think...
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
It would. I think we're gonna go down there, and we're gonna do like we did our very first round last time, which is where we
The door
stab
to the
her.
basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place.
You're
The
an
air
oppressive
feels heavy
place.
and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I think what we're gonna do though is we're gonna go down here, we're gonna stab her, and then he tells us not to like check to make sure she's actually dead. So that's my plan, is to check if she's dead, because I don't know where
Her
else to
voice
go.
carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Me?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Yeah.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
No, you. We're just
Good.
gonna walk on
You're
down,
still
it's
listening
fine.
to reason.
Yes, I'm great at listening to reason. When
You
it's
walk down the stairs
my
and
reason.
lock eyes with the princess.
Hello, princess.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall
Tomorrow,
of the
though, I'm getting
basement.
the lumbar puncture. Why? What does that entail? So you won't be active. That sounds terrifying. The word puncture sounds terrifying.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
She is.
Focus on the task at hand.
I don't like to focus.
And
at
there
her.
you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
To check the spinal fluid. That sounds awful. I wish the best for you, absolutely. But that's terrifying. Let's see. Steel nerves,
You
step forward.
Your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Yeah. I'm there in
Oh,
spirit.
No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Yeah, you got this.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
We can definitely get close enough to stabby
you
stab.
should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She can do nothing.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Deal. I'm sorry, can we just talk? No. Alright. Let's just take a look here. Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a
Oh
moment's
no, she looks so
hesitation.
sad all of a sudden.
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh,
Are you starting to feel better at all though, Toya?
this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder.
I have to wonder why you're talking so much after being impaled,
Do
ma'am.
you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
I'm starting to see more. Oh good, that's what matters. It means there is some recovery at the very least.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
The emphasis on believes.
But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
I still see blurs, but mainly outline blurs. I mean, that's better than just pure blur, you know? Thank you for the flan hat, Nahi. I will shake it like my life depends on it. Which is not actually very hard because my will to live isn't that big, you know? Oh, I made myself dizzy. Never mind. That's where the end of my will to live is. I tried. Alright, we also have a hot seat card dancer. Did you know we only have like 3 hot seat cards left? And better than seeing straight black vision. Exactly. Way better. How's it going, Nahi? The card is, if I were to disappear to start a new life, where would I go? Are we talking like Truckgund, or are we talking like me running away somewhere? Because I don't know, but it would be someplace with an internet connection. You know, what are we going to do once the hot seats are gone? I have no idea. I've been trying to figure it out for a long time now, and I've got nothing. I'm open to suggestions.
But is it over? Really over?
Is it over? Get the cold seats? I don't think that's a card game. But if it is, how's it going, Kigo? Are you feeling like a dinosaur? Let's see. I feel like she has to have a kind of trick. Of course not, that was too easy.
Over. Don't get all worked up.
A single Ask Me Anything. Maybe we can look at games similar to Hot Seat and sub that. That's what I was thinking, but I don't know what games are similar.
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
Yeah, what's the harm in checking for a pulse?
I really don't think you should do that.
I think
and
I should do that.
Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead.
The princess is not dead. Alright, we're gonna check for a pulse.
You lean down
Hello,
and
ma'am.
place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one.
Oh yeah, we got lizard arms. Bird arms, not lizard arms.
We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive?
Yes, I want her to be alive.
You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait, what was that?
What was that?
You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
And another?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Oh god, she's got some fang teeth now. Not the good kind of things either. Good lord.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here.
I think it's too late.
It's
Oh
too
no.
late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
Why she got teeth like that though?
An eye for an eye.
Them sharp teeth.
A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
Are we even
See
now?
you around.
Why does she know?
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you.
Yes.
For whatever
We
that's
did.
worth.
It's worth everything, narrator.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
And you die. Chapter 2. The Razor. Do I have to kill her again then?
You're on a path in the woods. You're
Wait,
here
we're on
to
a path
slay
in the
her.
woods. We have to murder a princess. But I already slew the princess? Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again? Hot Seat has an After Dark expansion pack. I don't think we can go with that. Now, I do have the Not Safe for Work expansion pack, and we already blew through that too. So, but no, not safe for work. That it would be not safe for work, you know? It would be lewd.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you.
She did kill me.
People don't just
Lewd.
spring back to life after
Worse than
dying, and the two
hand-holding.
of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This
Best to
whole
keep it
thing's a
that way.
crock of shit. She's
Voice
just
of
going to
the
pull a
cheated.
knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Yeah, she probably is.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah,
you wish.
that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
It'll be easy, they said.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
What's the one? Let's assume I'm telling the truth. No, that's too much effort. Lewd us. No, we're
warning.
wholesome.
Before
Since
you go
when?
any further. She will lie.
She couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Will we, though? Proceed to the cabin. Let's go. I feel like I've got to interact with the mirror every time. I wonder if the mirror will be in.
The interior
oh
of the
my
cabin
God.
is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine
Why?
blade perched on its edge.
What about the mirror, sir?
The blade is your implement.
No.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
No, the mirror is my implement. Explore. You didn't say anything about the mirror. Explore. Approach the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Gross. Wipe the mirror
You
clean.
reach
Oh
forward
no.
and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
But we don't look ridiculous.
There was
I
a
need to
mirror a
know
second ago.
if there's even
Now
a
it's
point in
Yet
interacting with the
another thing in
mirrors.
here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
What I would hate is the fact that, like, the door
You take
is
the
already
blade from the
broken
table.
open.
It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I don't need a weapon. I got
Feels
my
a bit
fingers.
better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
I don't know about that. Oh wow, that door can actually open. That's
The
shocking.
door to the
Oh my
basement
god.
creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs.
What once-
The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall.
I
The
feel
air
like
seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I feel like if the princess lives here, she's living here by choice. Because she's the one that did all of this damage, you know?
That's right. Scraping. I told you she has something. I told you.
Yeah.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get
It's
out
just
of your
her
head.
chains. She didn't destroy these
Her
walls.
grating
these
voice
steps.
carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
I don't believe you.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah. She thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
She knows she doesn't have to.
As you descend the
Oh.
final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
That's a very different look from all of our princesses so far.
I wonder if she remembers us.
I think she does.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're
Yeah.
not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we?
Vegas.
She's trying to trick us, but she can't
She
hide
did.
that
She
threatening
is.
edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
Okay. I need to, before I go breaking everything in our life, I'm just gonna save right there, just in case I accidentally get us killed. She's got something behind her back. Yeah, her hands. Easy.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
No, I'm not armed.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
She knows. She knows. If I come close to you, you're just gonna stab me, aren't you? Do you remember what happened last time? You're just gonna stab me, aren't you?
What? No, I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason.
Congrats on your 7-stream streak, Soul. Get that food. Get me some too.
And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to not stabbing distance to help me.
Powerful streaks, they really are.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
I also have 0 doubts. Sent you some options to replace Hot Seat. I gotta see 'em.
She certainly feels threatening.
I like the little sweat drops on her, like, no, I'm not being horrible at lying.
Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who is armed? You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job.
I always second guess myself. Sent you some as well, thank you, Soul.
But I'm nervous.
I didn't know you were listening.
All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
So why is this basement like some sort of weird cave? And why does it look like that should be... You know what? I'll figure it out. Do you remember last time?
Last time? If somebody came into my house and stabbed me to death and then I killed him, surely I would remember that.
Surely.
But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
Last
Very
time?
believable.
What are you talking about?
What do you think she's talking about, narrator?
It's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth.
Cut the tail end of it. Also was on phone with order. Fair, though. What kind of food are you getting, though?
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right?
Yeah.
Yes, something
The
is
other
obviously
murdery person.
up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
Narrator. But that's exactly what happened, so you do remember it. I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it. I'd like to trust you, but you're being sus. Can we just talk things through? I don't have the key. We killed each other last time. I'd rather not do that again. Look, I know you're mad at me, but I think we both just need to let bygones be bygones. That totally makes sense, right? What if we're both honest with each other? I was sent here to stop you from ending the world, and you killed me last time after coming back from being stabbed in the heart. Nobody has to die. Okay, what are you gonna do if I let you out? Okay, fine. I'm coming closer. You better not try anything. Proceeds to get stabbed. Yeah, I'm not trusting this. Bye. Screw it and slay the princess. Oh no. That's how it's not gonna go well again. Let me see. But that's exactly what happened.
Would I just lie?
You wouldn't
Would
lie?
I just lie to your face and tell you a thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again?
Yeah?
I mean, just so I could stab you for the first time.
Just the first time.
Ha! She slipped up there. She said again, and her taking it back doesn't count.
It totally counts.
Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop dawdling. This is only going to end with violence. Postponing the inevitable is only going to make it worse for you when it actually happens.
Okay. I'll let you out if you drop your
A
knife.
knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife?
Look, lady, I'm not going to talk about places that you could pocket that knife. Just
And why would I
saying.
stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
It would, wouldn't it?
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death.
Yeah.
Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
Fortunately for you, she is definitely armed and she is going to murder me. Prove it then. Prove you don't have a knife.
It
Huh?
would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you, but I don't have one, so I can't.
She's not a very good liar here.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
Alright, uh-huh.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with.
Have we saved her yet? You know, saving is, I would call it a loose term. A very loose term. It's got a lot of different definitions and contexts and, just little nuances like that. And yeah, we haven't slain her yet. Yeah, we as a collective haven't.
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too. Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
Practically zero. Okay. But what if you're hiding it somewhere
I've
secret?
shown you all of my hiding spots.
Oh, no, you
What
didn't.
kind of princess do
Turn
you think I
around.
am? I would never hide something sharp somewhere secret.
Somewhere secret?
Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
I don't want to know about your secret zones, ma'am. That is a little too much information.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp and flat.
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
Uh-huh.
I'm inclined to believe her on that one. She seems serious.
Yeah, she doesn't want me looking in her secret spots either.
Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere.
Oh,
we know for
ma'am.
a fact
Excuse.
she's armed.
Yes. We killed each other last time. I'd rather
But if we
not
killed each
now.
other, then why are we here? Right now. Both of us normal and unstabbed.
You tell me, ma'am. Let's see. Look, I know you're mad,
I'm
but
not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach.
why are your hands not bound? Huh?
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her?
A lot more times. I'm trying to talk this
We're
through,
clearly
narrator.
still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now?
Yes.
You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way.
Exactly.
No. I have my dignity.
Do you then?
Fine. And will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Alright. Okay, what you gonna do if I let you
All
out?
sorts of things, which is why I think that's a great idea. I would love to not be chained up down here. Being chained up is so boring, and I crave fresh and new activities to broaden my horizons.
Like, stabbing me repeatedly?
Please don't let her out of here.
Oh
Believe it
no.
or not, I think I'm actually with him on this.
Valid,
Okay,
valid.
but what if all of this is just a misunderstanding? There has to be room for this to be a misunderstanding.
Look, you know you have a knife. I know you have a knife. Narrator knows you have a knife. We all know you have a knife. So let's be a bit honest and move forward like adults and maybe don't stab me, huh? Let's see. Activities like stabbing or cutting or murdering, especially me.
Yes, I mean, maybe. I've never done any of those things, but there is something alluring about the sound of it.
Uh-huh.
I think it would also be fun to do other activities like look at a bird or touch a tree.
But not touch grass?
Okay, now listen.
Now listen.
You're not actually buying this, are you?
You know.
Listen. Yes,
Yes.
I would like to look at a bird.
What?
You can look at a bird later.
You can look at a bird later. What if I can't? You took away my mirrors. Wait, she's looking at a bird. I'm a bird. What? But are we sure it's long enough to qualify as a knife? Maybe it's technically not. What would it qualify as then? You could look at a bird in the mirror? Exactly.
But if we
It
look
took
at a
me
bird
second.
now, we wouldn't have to be here.
It's true, it's
He
true.
has a point.
They took away my mirror,
Just
though.
make a decision already.
I don't make decisions. I'm bad at them. I'm trying to figure out what actually gets me, like, the proper ending on this chapter. Let's see. I'm not sure still. I'm gonna call her Sus.
So rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh?
Huh?
Silly little bird face thinks he's so serious
Oh my
coming
God.
down here
She
but doesn't know
acknowledged I'm a
anything.
bird.
Thinks he can tell me to get rid of all the knives I don't even have while he gets to wave one around right in front of me.
Yeah.
I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
Us make a decision? Hello, have you met us? Exactly.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
I do want to keep exhausting my questions, thank you. Can we talk things
But
through?
we don't have anything to talk through. We're strangers and this place is cramped and annoying and you should just come over here and let me out.
Why is your whole house destroyed, ma'am?
Okay, I'm bored now.
Oh no.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit.
Oh
In
no.
a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
Indeed.
Conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains.
Is she really the...
And those chains stop her from continuing her advance. At least for a moment.
Oh, that's so not good.
She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion.
She's just gonna slash it off her arm. Her hand is gonna go away, right?
Then
yeah.
she
yeah.
slices through her arm.
Dang it. Actually, ma'am, how do you know I didn't enjoy the insults? There's a whole community that's into that type of stuff, right? You winning? You know, I get this strange feeling that I might not be. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, maybe we aren't safe here.
We're so not safe here. Run
She
away,
doesn't
run away.
even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace.
Can I stab her? Can I stab
Shit.
her?
Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it.
We might have to load. That's what I'm worried about.
And use it you do. But unfortunately for you and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched.
Oh no.
You keep pace with
Oh.
her for a single brief and wordless exchange before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defense.
Okay, I think we're losing. Actively
She's much better
losing
at
now.
this than she was last time. Yeah, it's unreal. Bloody cheater.
Yeah, she was prepared this time.
I'm going to kill you now.
Oh, can you wait 2 minutes?
With
Oh.
a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, sad trombone sound. Yes. Chapter 3,
You're
wait.
on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
Yeah, you tell him, voice of the cheated. Okay, so that was what we were supposed to do. We just had to, like, continue until she decided she was bored.
What? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
I did what I want, game. Okay, I think it's safe to overwrite that save.
I feel dizzy.
I feel dizzy looking around this.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us
Yes,
to the cabin,
same
didn't
thought.
I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
Me.
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Oh no, we have another voice in our head.
What's the point of fighting if
Oh,
she's
we
just
have
going
multiple.
to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces. We're better off just sitting up here and doing nothing.
Yeah, you tell him voice
Great,
of broken.
so obviously you've already been here. How many times?
You
This is our
know.
third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction.
Look, it's
right?
not my fault you don't tell me all the deets ahead of time.
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. I couldn't
Yeah.
agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world.
Yeah, I die every time. You can't trust me to survive, let alone have other people survive.
Let's just stay focused, shall we?
Oh, I'm not good
The
at
only
that.
furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it.
All of these voices, I'm starting to think we may need to talk to somebody about this. And a stab-happy demon princess isn't quite doing it. Look, we tried. We did try to just talk to her about it, but then she murdered us. So, if they'll let me actually look at myself in the mirror for once, you know, maybe it'll do
Okay,
us some
sure.
good.
You take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there.
Yeah.
It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It would be,
This feels
wouldn't it?
right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
Just like the walls.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually. And what if we
Yeah.
never do? So,
Okay, voice of the
are you just
broken.
going to stand there, or are you going to head to the
buzzkill.
basement like you're supposed to?
No,
I'd
I'm gonna
love to
lick
get
that
started
mirror.
just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
Yeah.
Walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right?
Maybe not in this
There
context.
isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
Or can we? Approach the mirror.
Make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Nope, don't know doors, only windows. Windows computers, to be specific.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
I would love to see
Let's
us
just
and our
fumble for the
stab
handle
wound.
and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Yeah. Wipe the mirror clean. That's the sound I make when I don't want to do something. I was making a bird window reference.
Reach
I
forward and
mean,
place
we
your
don't
hand
even
on
know
the door
that
to
at
the
this
basement.
point.
It creaks open.
Oh, great.
And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
How surprising. Where's the door part? Is that the door? Okay, yeah, sure, why not?
Just an illusion.
Guess it's time for us to see her again.
Let's
Just
go, let's
stay
go. How
focused and
detailed
you'll
will
be
she be
fine.
now? I want to see her crazy.
You step forward,
Oh.
but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Did she use her teeth to just make it slidey?
Your body tumbles onto the
hi.
basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance.
She looks
She
so
gives
happy.
you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
Oh, I didn't know you were playing dumb last time.
But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Oh, great.
Fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying all over again.
It's fine. We'll be fine.
Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Yeah.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
You know, I feel like something bad has come of us dying twice. It's called the voices in my head. Okay, Monica, listen here. No need to go hard like that. Damn, right?
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
No, the voices is definitely
Plenty
the
bad
bad
has come
part.
of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
Yeah, one. Just one.
The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
And
Your
oh
internal
no, and
bickering
two
is cut
knives.
short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves.
Ma'am, do we
Chain
wanna...
clatters to the floor.
Can we discuss what is going on with you and your blade arms? Are you a demented nightmare Pokemon? Or what is happening here? Because I'm feeling a little
She's
conflicted.
loose, and she is coming for you.
Good thing I have a knife.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Yeah, I always do.
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Stab, 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 stab. She's exercising her right to blade arms. Yes, exactly. Okay, that torn sleeves part was a little much. No, it's fine. You just need a little bit of drapery in your clothes, you know? We're fighting her, obviously. We're going to appeal to her authority, puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk. Oh, there's a lot of reasons we can't talk this out. Oh, that's easy. I'm just gonna try flirting with her. Oh no. It's the bard in all of us. She has swords for arms. We don't. And we don't. We're panicking. That would be me. We're gonna fight her, and we're gonna have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it. She wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her. All of these ideas suck. Think up something better. Think up something better.
That's right, we just have to think. There's probably an answer if we think.
If we have time to
Just
think.
standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
Yeah, it's because you're so excited.
You don't have time to finish your thought. In a moment, she's across the room, blades flashing in the dim starlight.
I think I'm gonna lose.
She skewers you.
Yeah. That's...
Ow.
Ow.
What a surprise. Yeah, we don't even get a second to think without her stabbing us.
It's true.
Oh, a new one of us.
Oh no.
I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die?
Why does she look so... like that
Right.
this time?
No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
Yeah, where am I?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Your voice of the broken, please.
Stop
You
saying
don't need to
dead,
have words.
all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead.
Yeah, see?
This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
Too many.
This is 4.
4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
And, you know, I'm good at messing things up, so this game really is, like, my kind of thing.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
I'm glad. I would love if you kept your mouth shut when you smiled, though. And maybe kept your blades in the flesh, you know?
Well, I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances.
Oh, we did have time
Okay.
to talk.
Whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stand.
Oh, no.
There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
No, I don't think that's how that's
As
gonna
long as we
work.
keep moving.
No, I don't think that's
Oh,
gonna...
great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might stand any kind of chance.
We totally stand a chance.
Come on, show me something new.
How about the voices in my head? Okay, Demon Barbie, you may love that, but how about we stop with the stabby and do it more chatty? I think maybe the teeth make it hard for
Okay,
her to conversate
plan
for a long
now.
time. We're fighting her. Gonna appeal. Okay, what's the option? She wins by killing us, so let's beat her to it. To killing us? Yeah, sure, why not? It doesn't work and she kills you again and again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Then you skewer yourself.
How many knives are in her arms now?
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
It gets me out of this room for like 2 minutes sometimes.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
Oh no.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
Eh?
We just have to hit her harder.
She skewers you.
Great.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
No, you.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
It would add more voices and more and more and more.
She skewers you.
You're cute.
Thank you.
You see that? We almost had her. That was luck.
I stopped to take a drink and then she just compliments me. Maybe I need to drink soda more
We
often
only
in
have to
front
get
of
lucky
ladies.
once. Just panic. Flee.
Yeah, panic and flee.
Excuse you.
Oh,
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
but what if I wanted
Doesn't
to?
matter how many times this takes, we can't give up.
Okay, let's go again.
Yeah.
She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels.
Voice of the cold.
She skewers you.
Oh no.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
She's so happy
See?
about all of it,
We're
though.
getting better.
Are we, though?
Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll
Her
listen to
teeth
reason.
get longer. I know. What if we just wait until her teeth get so big that they impale her face and she dies from that instead?
Excuse you. We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time.
Only one?
Right. One last time, that's all we need. And then everything goes dark, and you
shit.
die.
Maybe that is the answer. Give her such an underbite that she can't breathe. Exactly. If she tries to close her mouth, she just pierces through herself. Mutually assured destruction, chapter 4.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here.
Yeah, we will.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good.
And no mirror
And our
is
steel
here.
claw is already in our hand.
Ho-ho! What if we throw it out the window?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Over my
Oh.
dead body.
That won't be very hard. You've died a lot.
Oh no.
I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way
Oh,
to
no.
die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
Not from the voice of the smitten.
Sure, I can think of a better way to die.
They're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to
Yo,
accidentally.
oh hey,
manifest
how's it
anything.
go? We're, playing the princess game, doing the things. So it's going pretty good.
The only
She
thing
called me
we're going to
cute.
manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them.
Yeah, narrator.
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
Notch up that win. Are you sure? Because it
Narrator,
seems like we died a
we
lot.
heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Smitten, no. Oh, you're at the insert spoiler here. Yeah, we're at the insert spoiler here.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's
Only-
more of a slide. We know.
It's probably not even a
Fine,
slide anymore.
I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Yeah, do it. Teleport us,
Sure
narrator.
you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
Narrator was designed for the role of describing. We're just pushing him
want to
out.
win. Fine.
Hi,
Make your
ma'am.
way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
Uh-huh. I don't see any chains today.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again?
I do know that. Thank you.
I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together.
Oh, I like this route so far. It's very unhinged, and I do love myself some unhinged, you know?
But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
I'm glad you like that. I like saving just in case I screw up somehow, but I'm not really sure that I can screw up at this point, so hey.
I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Ma'am, if it's another sword popping out of your arm, no. This route has a great ending. I'm really hoping. I feel like... Tell me if I'm not being big enough. No, you're good, you're good. I feel like it's really hyping up to give me something good, and I hope it does. We do thrive for unhinged. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't have arms anymore. I mean, she's got at least from the elbow up. So that's
I'm not
probably
going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait, and not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Oh, and not for very long.
Are you going to say what she does?
Oh.
Do you want me to talk now?
Yeah, narrator, this is the new part.
Well,
You've got to tell
yeah,
us.
she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing.
Me too. Welcome in, yeah? If you want more unhinged stuff, stick around. Have a crisis with us. Panic like you've never panicked before.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
Who is the voice of opportunist?
Really? Okay then.
Yeah, go, narrator, go.
Here we go. Now,
The princess's skin twists,
Oh, no.
splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. Then it erupts.
Oh.
Comes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Very disgusting. Oh my god. I will answer the routes in a moment. I need to just... I need to assess.
Are you ready for what comes next?
No.
Holy shit! She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Smitten, work with me here. Raise your standards.
The perfect woman.
This is one of the only games that can make me have a visceral reaction because of how the narrator describes it. Valid.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
We could throw her out the window.
That
Let's
looked
throw her out the window.
painful.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
How is she
Have you
still
ever
alive?
watched or played Corpse Party, though? Do you want to be Omega or Jazz? I can call you all of it if you want, but you know. And Contrarian. Contrarian's what matters here. So I guess the teeth growing plan didn't work. No, it turns out she doesn't need the teeth
Heart's
anymore.
still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake.
This is
that's
fake.
all
This is
just
fake news.
made up.
Wither, either is fine. Okay, I was like, Wither? I can call you that, but... Okay, yes, okay.
She doesn't even
Yeah.
have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
We'll find a way.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
Mood broken.
Screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Cheated, you don't have a
Alright,
choice.
this-
Oh
this
gosh.
is terrible.
Empty your
just
mind.
happened?
Oh no.
It's so quiet.
It is so quiet. Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Maybe you should. You do not act, and yet through that inaction, your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Thank you. Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. That's so fancy. You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach toward the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. The decay. You've withered. Mirror, mirror on the wall. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her. This was the third repetition?
I am a growing chorus of
Maybe.
contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new.
The fourth.
And to look away is to
Third, fourth?
reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? What do you think of this vessel? I'm still planning to kill you once we're done with this. Just a heads up, you know? You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm gonna kill you, right? Do you know what happens to the world we leave behind? Would you like to know a fun fact that doesn't matter to the story? Yes, absolutely. Also, we have finished, like, the 2 obvious versions of this. The whole, you know, grab the knife, don't grab the knife options. And once we got locked in an eternity in the cabin for murdering and not checking on her corpse. Have you figured out what you'll want once we've finished? Good evening. Oh, good evening, Darker. How's it going? In the code of the I'll wait from her, it has voice lines up to millennia. That's amazing. I guess we've technically slain the princess this time around. It's true. Do you not care what I bring you next? How many more vessels do I need to bring you? How many do I need to
We will
bring?
know when we near our destination.
You can't be a
And
contradiction.
yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes.
You sound a little full of yourself.
I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Oh, you absolutely are full of yourself then, ma'am. Being entity. Alright, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Oh, thank you for the follow, Omega. I appreciate you.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
I might. You did just have me murdered like a few dozen times. If anything, it makes me like you more. Oh no. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near. I have no opinion. I just wanted to stop. You're torturing me and I hate it. Okay. Remain silent.
I'll
let you all wonder.
Know that the pain of your journey will subside in due time.
Right? Exactly.
But you still have a ways to go before we are done.
Are you sure? Okay. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
I don't know how you're talking through the swords, but by all means. A sharp vessel bring the razor full to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
But how could
And
you
in the
speak
basement of
to
that
this
cabin
even if you know what it
is a
originates
princess.
from, right? Time would be a lot more vengeful, I would think. I mean, maybe I'm into it. I'm not. But
You're here
maybe.
to slay her.
Maybe I'm just
If you
waiting to
don't,
slay
it
the
will be
angel.
the end of the world.
Alright. Silently continue to the cabin. Let's
You make
go.
your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
I will find the princess
We're not gonna
within,
go
but I
through
don't
this,
know what
right?
to do from here.
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
We are
Ignore
supposed
him.
to.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin. I really don't know what to do from here though, because I feel like I've just exhausted all of what were obvious
The interior
options
of the
for
cabin
me.
is almost entirely bare. The air
What
is
was your
stale and
first
musty, and the
route
floor
about,
and walls are
though?
painted in a fine layer of dust.
So,
The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table.
for him to stop talking.
Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
The first one that I did, I walked down there, I stabbed her in the heart, and then I walked on out. Oh! Wait, no. I can go down there, I can talk to her and tell her that I'm going back upstairs, okay, thanks, bye, and let her eat me, because I think there's more to
Chat.
that.
Are you tired of getting ads when
Yeah.
watching your favorite streamer? Well, by subscribing with Twitch Prime you can get an ad-free viewing and some cool emotes. If you don't use it on time, I'm gonna bonk you.
I'm not sure if that works. Do I need the knife for that route? I can't remember. I don't think... I don't know if I need the knife
The
to
blade is
do
your
the weird
implement.
ghosty route.
You'll need
Poor
it if
Sag,
you want
that's
to
a
do this
move. Me
right.
too. I entirely understand. There's no actual pressure, you know? But there's also low-key all the pressure, but not really. I just like to pretend there's pressure. No, because if you go down for it, then you won't need to go back up. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. So just enter the basement. Let's just enter the basement, have a little talk with the lady.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by her
Yeah, we've
voice.
heard this
Hello?
time and time again.
Is someone there?
Ma'am.
Hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of...
Okay. Just
You
checking
are?
in on ya.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
They did. Okay, so the first route that I did was the plunge
You walk
into
down
the
the
chest
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful.
and
could
leave
someone
and
like
then
this be
stay
a
locked
threat
in the
to anyone?
cabin for my whole life and then some. The next one, I went back upstairs and just left her down here. And she murdered me, but I didn't. I assume there's more to the. Oh, yeah. So when I revived, I walked away from the cabin and out of bounds and died. So that's
I
where
am
we went
begging
wrong.
you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
There's a lot
Hi.
riding on us now.
Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
And then I did the route with her where I actually just save her, and Voice of the Smitten is very, very smitten. And I was so sad for that one. That was like the best one. Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Okay. There's at least 2 different chapter 3 routes for each chapter 2 routes. What? Oh no. I was sent here to slay you. Okay. But I want to see for myself.
Is that why they threw me down here?
This game is huge.
But I
It
don't
sounds
want
like
to
it.
hurt anyone. I like the world. I think.
You think?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest.
I'm currently
I've
trying to
been down here
100%
for
it. How much
so
time have you put into it?
long.
I feel like all the
That's-
things that I'm gonna do are ones that you've
How
already
long
done.
has she been
then.
locked away?
Did they tell
Years.
you how I'm supposed to end the world?
4.2 gigabyte patch for Outbreak? What is Outbreak? I was hoping you'd
I
tell
don't know
me.
how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
Or do you?
I believe her. She
I
doesn't
don't
have to
think you
know
should.
how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
You're right. It's so about trust.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
I've sunk in 11 hours and 77 out of 97 achievements. Oh my god, that's so many. I didn't even realize. I went in very, very blind about this whole thing, so I had no idea there's that much content. It's a tornado chasing sim. Can you die to the tornado? I gotta ask.
I don't trust
No?
that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
I do love this art style though, like the sketchy and the slightly wiggly and the
She has
all
a
of
point.
that.
We're talking like this for a reason.
Not all of them are singular per route. Okay.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me.
Really? Yeah. Okay,
This is
okay.
about how
Let's
messed
see,
up
let's
this whole
see.
situation is.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
the
really
whole
think I can
situation's
even
super
be both?
messed up.
Don't
You're
let her
talking
turn
a
the
lot, but I
tables
am
here. This
not
isn't
listening
about
this time
trust.
because I know what I'm gonna do. What if I stayed for a while and kept you company? Let me see. Go back upstairs, retrieve the blade. Examine chains, examine... What if I just stay and keep you company? Then maybe everyone will be happy.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
This art style is probably the best support for this game. Too clean and it would lose its charm. Exactly. I agree entirely.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Well, you've been here for a while, so you can
Leaving her
handle a few
alive
more
is
minutes.
too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Why would she find her way out? She's got a chain on her arm.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
Yes.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help.
That's suspicious. Oh, only a little.
But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Ma'am, why are you looking at me like that?
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
It's not. I hate to tell you, narrator, it's not. Retrieve
Thank you.
the blade.
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
I can do what I want, lady.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
It's fine. You're gonna get murdered
Slip
like a
these
bajillion
chains?
times. Ooh.
She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. She
Ooh,
has
she's
to be
angry.
bluffing, but hurry.
But hurry.
You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation.
That guttural voice is funny. I love it. I think it's great.
Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all.
We do have a world to save.
You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall,
No thank
and she
you.
is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me?
This isn't the way
Or
this
did
went
this
before,
room
I
get
don't
a
think.
lot bigger?
Good route? Is it though? Hello? I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over? Oh no. Excuse me, ma'am.
You coward!
Yeah, I'm a coward. Use her teeth. Oh no, not her crazy blade
No.
arms.
I don't think we can.
Coward. I think we
Why
could.
don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Where are you? I guess
Your
let's
eyes
finish
dart
this.
to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
No,
Where
she's
is
in
she?
hiding. Investigate the arm. Close the door behind me.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the
3
job.
eyes. All of the eyes. 32.5 eyes even. Okay, I'll wait.
Do you want to play a waiting game? I've been down here a long, long time. I'm very good at waiting.
She can't hide in a rectangular room. What? I mean...
You do your best to patiently
stealthy.
wait her out. But eventually, exhaustion starts to set in.
Why would I get exhaustion?
Come on,
from
wake
just
up. We
chilling
can't fall
here?
asleep down here.
I mean, I feel like seeing an arm that's bloody on the floor would be enough to keep me awake a good while. Wouldn't there be a blood trail? You would think, actually. I didn't even think about that. Okay,
You
I'll
wait
keep
for
waiting.
as long as you can, pushing yourself to stay awake and stay vigilant. But you can't outwait someone who's been waiting for as long as she remembers. You barely even realize that you've started to drift off.
I feel like we fell asleep so
Pain
fast. Oh
tears
my.
you from your sleep. The princess is upon you, ripping into your flesh, unnaturally sharp teeth and claws severing arteries and digging into organs.
My only dislike of this route is at the part where there was horrible crunching sounds, or the fact that there's not a blood trail.
There's nothing to be done. You're already half gone.
Well, maybe she
It
was
can't just
hungry.
end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
You know, narrator can control us, but like, he lets us get consumed
Everything
instead.
goes dark, and you die.
There are many horrible crunching and squelching sounds. I mean, yes. But they're not good, ever. Chapter 2. The Beast.
You're on a path. You're
Yeah,
here
yeah,
to
yeah.
slay her.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. She's gonna kill me again.
People don't die twice. You haven't even
I
met
did.
the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable
Oh,
of
no.
killing someone as skilled and courageous
You're
as
right,
yourself.
yes.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what
Oh
happened,
no, Hunted is here,
something
yeah.
else must have trapped us here.
It's true. You knew. You
You're not
called
trapped
it.
here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
I mean, I can try, but if it works is another story.
A warning, before you go any further.
Yeah, she's gonna
She
murder
will
me.
lie.
Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
A little
I
of both.
don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
Why is the voice
She
of
could
the
have gotten
hero
out
so
of there
bad?
whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
I don't know about
That's
smell,
a very
but
roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously.
Maybe.
you narrator. Proceed to the cabin with Hunted. I'm sure it's fine.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its
So
edge.
stupid we aren't a bloodhound. Exactly! How am I supposed to smell anything relevant
The
to
blade
this?
is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You'll need it if you want to do it right. Alright. Approach the mirror.
Walk up to the
Give
wall
it a
next to
nice
the
pat.
basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much
It's
to
a
see
wall
here.
with a
What
mirror.
are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
And then just touch the wall.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin
I have
wall.
to every
I
time.
hope you know how
I
ridiculous
don't know if
look
it
right
matters, but I do have to do it.
But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone.
And now it's gone. Well, we can take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Oh, I shouldn't have actually. Oh well, it's too late now. It's fine, we're fine. We're only gonna maybe die a little bit, a lot
The
of
door
it.
to
Oh,
the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden
it
staircase.
looks like a cave down
It's still
here.
sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes.
Mindful
The air
of hole.
seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I doubt it.
She growls up the stairs.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not a favor.
I can smell you.
Well, I'm glad somebody can smell here because I can't. How goes the princess slaying, saving? Well, we died a lot.
She sounds almost
A lot.
feral,
Yeah, she's gonna murder
Patient.
us.
or maybe eager.
Probably.
You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step
She can
gives
smell
way
you.
to the
Smell
damp
me. I
earth
know.
floor of
We're a bird,
starlit pit.
though.
The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
Honestly, the narrator didn't tell us the last time our character showered. Exactly! What if we've never showered in our whole lives? The princess became the stink police. I mean, if she had some deodorant, it would help.
The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
Or she could be attached to that chain on the wall.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her.
Bird, yes, exactly.
Remember, she's just a princess.
And not some sort of weird
She's
dragon.
certainly not just a princess.
She's so not just
You're
a princess.
not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does.
What will she
Her
do?
shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the
No.
darkness.
She doesn't see me. I don't see
can
her. She
hear
doesn't.
your heart
Oh no.
pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified.
No, thank
I'm
you.
so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
Or will it?
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
How do we know this? Where? Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine. There are funny achievements for this route, by the way. Oh my god, I can't wait to find them. I hope I find them. We don't have to kill each other, you know that. Move or stand still. Let's move. I don't know where I'm moving to. Oh my god.
Taking a direction on instinct.
As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess.
Is the princess also a bird?
In an instant, she's
Oh
pounced
my
on the spot
God.
where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
She looks a little different than before.
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
Ma'am.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
No, thank you.
You whirl around
The
to
princess
find her,
became a
and
furry,
your
a
gaze
scaly,
meets
thank you very
hers,
much.
a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
Well, we weren't gonna escape anyway, let's be honest. We don't have to kill each other, run for the stairs. No. We don't have to kill each other. What if I helped you? What if we left together? If you could get out of here on your own, wouldn't you have already left?
You cannot reason
Oh, no,
your way out
Soul.
of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
Are you
At
sure?
least she's upfront about her intentions.
What do you
I
want?
to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Both of you are freaky. No, it's fine, it's fine.
Don't ask her what she wants, just slay her.
Look, I would love to slay her, narrator, but she's gonna
Is that
murder
all the
me.
advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's
It would
just
be.
a princess. Don't overthink it.
A princess of
She's
what?
clearly not. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Do we need to do something? I think survive. Oh my god. Princess of the Jungle, you're fighting Nala? It sure seems like it. Okay, I don't think play dead is how that works. I do think she will murder us. Let's just try survive. What does survive do for us? Oh my god.
Jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
Okay. Does she want to say hi now? But why do you
does
want to kill
anything
me?
anything else? She needs to.
I
But
didn't
why?
say I wanted to kill you.
Well, I don't live once you murder me, you know? Yep, 12 came for the
Sounds
breeze.
like she wants to do something even worse. What she wants only matters if she wins, and you're not going to let that happen.
You know. Okay, fine. Why do you want to eat me?
question who I am or what I want. I simply do.
I
To
feel like
act is always
princess is a
better
loose
than to
term,
react.
just like slaying and
To
saving.
do
you.
is always better than to watch.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you do well to listen to her. Less standing around asking questions, more doing exactly as I say. A tickling sensation rises at the base of your neck.
Yeah, she has something on her head.
Flee.
Probably.
We can't keep doing this.
We can keep doing this. So that's a crown, right? You know, it probably is. Stay alive. Thank you. I'm trying to have a conversation with her.
Or maybe she's a little faster. You avoid her slavering jaws, but she manages to graze you, her titanic momentum skinning you along your side.
No, we're fine.
It's like being sideswiped by sandpaper. How is she that fast?
Because she's some sort of
You're
weird dragon
bleeding
monster.
now.
What is wrong with your face? That doesn't look very
You instinctively
princess
touch your
face.
side, testing her claim. It's wet and stings from the gentle touch of your fingertips.
No, it's
A costly
fine.
mistake. We can't make it again.
We will make it again unless something changes. We have to break the pattern. We
Yeah, I'm
need
trying to
more
talk her
time.
out of
She's
it.
cutting off our escape.
Our game is nearing its end.
It is. All right.
If
Show
you
me
want to
how you
see
look.
me, you should get better at seeing.
You should get better
She
at
knows
just
that her
showing me
strength
how you
lies in
look.
shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to. She's more tense this time. She means this next blow to be the last. The mere thought of moving again makes your bloodied side ache. We're exhausted. We're bleeding.
We're living.
We're still
it's
alive.
fine.
We owe it to ourselves to move.
Yes. Again.
Once again, you know you avoid the full force of the impact, and once again you are too slow to come away unscathed. You're starting to get tired. You're making mistakes.
You're making mistakes.
This isn't working. We have to do something. We have to figure out
Okay,
a plan. Don't
okay.
plan
I
ahead.
get it, I
Act
get
on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. We're trying, but we can't keep this up much longer. We have to. We keep up or we die.
Or we die.
You're getting slow.
You're getting slow. Oh no.
She seizes the opportunity, lunging once again from the darkness, fangs bared and claws flashing. She attacks over and over and over, and each time she leaves with a little piece of you.
Well, that seems like
It's
a
hard to
problem.
think, but we have to think. We have to move. It's too late.
I don't think there's any
Before
moving.
you get the chance to react, it's over. She makes her last foray from the dark corners of the room, unhinging her dripping maw, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. You do your best to dive out of the way, and you
You
partially
can't keep this up
succeed.
forever. Dodge a creature until you can dodge no longer. You moved again? I
Partially.
tried.
Yes, the princess fails to swallow you whole. She only swallows your lower body.
Oh no.
That's just as bad. That's worse, even. It's death either way. At least this will be a faster end. You look down to see
Oh,
that the
no.
dirt between you is strewn with your intestines, trailing all the way up and disappearing behind her blood-stained teeth. Your legs are nowhere to be seen. You start to go into shock.
Yeah, I can understand why.
The princess, bloody saliva dripping from her lips, idly gnaws on what's left of you as you rapidly fade away.
No, thank you.
I didn't mean to do that. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
Why?
We're not dead, we're...
Dead.
But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
And we die. Well, that was a problem. Chapter 3. The Den.
You're on a path in the That didn't work. We're going in with a plan this
going
time.
in
We're not
with
getting
a-
stuck in another loop, just acting on instinct. We're stuck in a big enough loop as it is.
We are stuck
Instinct
in quite the
was
loop.
keeping us alive, until it wasn't.
Yeah,
so
that
what
was
are
a bit of a
we supposed
problem.
to do?
I had a thought, but it was too late.
Great. So
Do
you've been here
anything.
before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done.
Oh, it's way
so
past
you know more
one.
than you're letting on. Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
Of course I do, but believe me, it's in your best interests. The more you know about the princess, the more difficult your task will be.
I strongly disagree.
Why is that? Having me explain why would defeat the whole purpose. There are simply some things I'm not allowed to tell you. It's a hard rule.
Who set
Whose
the
rule
rule?
is it?
Yeah.
Who's telling you to boss us around? We've died twice already, and if you want us to stay alive this time, it's in your best interests to give us an edge.
Yeah.
It's my rule, and this conversation is over.
Narrator's bad at making rules. I'm just gonna throw it out there. What's the plan? The path is different. I want answers. What if we just leave? No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. I'm done with this. Bye. Okay, thanks, bye. Let's see. I want
Like I
answers.
said, I've told you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage.
I don't think you can put me at more of a disadvantage at this point,
If
narrator.
anything, I've told you too much. You've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much in the way of motivation.
Clearly I do. Let's see. What's the
She
plan?
spent as much time as she could in the shadows. So we're gonna draw her out.
Okay, so
But
we
she's
need light.
fast, and she's clever. We're clever too. So this time we're not gonna let her cut off our escape. We're gonna lead her to the stairs ourselves.
That was my realization. Like, when we had dodged before, I was like, shoot, I should have gone
It'll
and
be a
run
lot
for the
easier to
stairs.
deal with her once we can actually see what she is. But you already know what she is. She's a princess.
She's a weird lizard lioness
Yeah,
princess.
Right. A princess we couldn't see, and one that had big, sharp teeth, too. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing our job?
Yeah.
Sharp teeth.
Alright, the
You're
path is
right.
different.
This is different, isn't it? I'm starting to lose track of things myself.
Ground is ground. It doesn't matter what shape it takes. We'll adapt.
Will we,
If
though?
it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin.
Look, narrator, I want to say, this isn't my fault. It's yours for not telling me the details. If you withhold details, I do dumb things. It's the
Though,
rules.
as
I
evidenced
make
by you
those
dying
ones.
twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much.
They don't.
Consider this your last opportunity to make things right. For you and for the rest of existence. But especially for you.
Why for
Clearly
me?
we're not getting anything out of him.
Alright, well, let's keep going into the cabin, I guess.
You make your way down to the cabin.
Beautiful.
Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do.
Not
Alright, we've been
die,
over
got
the
it.
plan. Goad her out of the shadows, make her show herself.
Yeah, and save the game while there's an opportunity to save the game.
And what if she doesn't want to be seen?
She doesn't want to be
Figure out a
seen.
way to make it happen. And if that doesn't make her any easier to fight, it will.
Sucks to suck.
It's always easier to fight what you can see, no matter how big or toothy she might be.
You know, I don't know if I agree,
The
but
interior is
I
dark
don't have
and
room to
overgrown.
disagree.
Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all.
This is the best cabin look, in my opinion. No. I mean, I do think that it looks very fancy. I liked the, super fancy castle-looking cabin, though.
The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
I'm
Of
still
course
not gonna
that
do it
damn
right.
mirror's back, and of course he's not saying anything about it. Why is it following us?
I mean, under the mountain?
Talking
Oh,
about?
yes, I
There is no
agree. I
mirror.
agree
It's just a
entirely.
stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement.
It does look so fancy.
He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
Our
Then
eyes do
either way,
deceive
we
us
need to
sometimes, don't they?
investigate. Might as well get started.
Let's go, let's go. Oh, do I want to approach first or take the blade first? I'll take the
Yes,
blade first.
take the steel claw.
You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight.
The window on the top
It would be
left reminds
difficult
me of
to
the
slay
place.
the princess
oh my God,
and
I
save
can
the
see
world without a weapon.
It. I'm never gonna
Odds are
unsee it
we'll
now.
need it. Thanks for not putting us in a bad spot.
Time to approach the mirror.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair. Haven't you been paying attention? We're not hesitating. This supposed hole is blocked by that old mirror.
There is
That
indeed a
mirror
mirror.
isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else.
Voice of the Hunted
It,
is the only one
if
that
there
seems to
even is
know.
an it is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It went away after we reached out to it last time. Might as well try wiping it clean again. What's the harm?
I feel like the mirror is just a troll at
Reach
this
forward
point.
and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement.
Thank you, narrator.
See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own.
And that's why you sniff
You
the
step
air?
forward into the darkness.
Oh, this is very darkness.
If there were once stairs leading into the basement,
There is nothing left to attest to their
no.
existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend.
I don't know if we can
It
run away
smells
from the
of
princess
mold
here.
and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I love that he still tries to
As you
convince
crawl
you that's
forward
doing a
on hands
favor.
and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs. No entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
She already knows we're here. It's fine. Say nothing and proceed silently down the
You say
stairs.
nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement.
Yeah.
The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you
Hello?
whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed.
Yeah,
Stay on
she
your
knows
toes.
I'm here.
We take a step into the shadows, and as soon as she moves, we jump back, make her follow. From there, we trap her in the tunnel, draw her out of the cabin, whatever it takes to get her out of her element. Then we're safe.
Staying quiet, are we? We don't have to do this. Step into the shadows, ready to fight. Step into the shadows and try to lure her out.
You
I
step
want
into
to
the
see
shadows
her.
and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. That's right. Keep steady. Don't let your nerves get the better of you.
There, she's about to strike.
Is she though? How's she know we're
With
here?
the near
huh?
silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. But you've already started your swift escape.
We can do this.
That's
We've
stage
got
one.
this.
Now stay focused. You dive into the tunnel and begin scrambling up towards the cabin. You hear her behind you, claws raking at the dirt, chains rattling, breaths hot and heavy with the effort of the ascent. But the sounds are coming slower now.
Flight
breath's
successfully
pained and
flee from a
stuttering.
creature in its den.
You
Achievement
no longer
unlocked.
sense frantic motion behind you in the tunnel. You risk a glance.
Oh, you shouldn't.
She is a broad and sickly creature, her withered and emaciated flesh clinging to bones too large to fit in the narrow space. She managed to squirm her way into the tunnel in pursuit, but now she's stuck, incapable of either moving towards you or returning to the open darkness of the
no.
basement below.
She's
So that's
stuck
what
for
she's
real.
become. She wasn't like this when we started. Was she?
Not
No,
quite.
she wasn't.
Looking at her makes me feel sad.
Yeah. Now that we can see her, she doesn't feel like much of a threat at all.
She has feathers too, right?
Her eyes look up at yours, wide, pleading. Come back, you can imagine them saying. Don't leave me here. But you shouldn't listen to the sad eyes of a vanquished enemy.
Oh no.
She wants nothing more than to change places with you.
It's true, she does.
If you want us to ignore her, then why would you tell us any of that wide, pleasing eyes begging for mercy business to begin with? All it does is make us feel conflicted.
It really does.
I'm merely describing things as
I
they
don't
are.
know
It's
what
not
to
my
do.
fault that her eyes had something to say, even if that something was a ploy, which, if I might stress, I pointed out to you. What should we do about her anyway? Can she still end the world like this?
She hurts. We should help.
How would we
We did
help?
bring the blade. Maybe we should use it.
Oh, they want me to murder her
Splendid
now?
idea. You have a job to finish, and this is the perfect opportunity to finish it.
But I don't want to murder
Or
her.
maybe we should try and talk to her. That's a terrible idea.
The
Your
skeptic
first one
wants
was
to
better.
talk. Let's talk and hope you don't devour me in the next half a second. Hold on. I'm going to save for no reason in particular.
You cautiously make your way closer to the princess, her eyes avoiding yours with the silent resignation of a defeated predator.
It's true, it's true. Oh, it worked. Okay, good. So good. I was worried for a second. I was like, she might eat me, so... But you don't get the opportunity to speak to her, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Sorry, voice of the hero. Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's gonna be okay. We've been here before. You always get scared. The good ending, yes, the best ending.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much
this
worse
route,
now.
I believe it. Applause. Thank you. I need that applause.
Death. Real death.
No, it's
No,
fine.
that can't be right. There has to be something more.
There is something more. You'll all be back. It's fine. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. The remains. You've unraveled. Oh no. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there? Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think we're real? Oh, that's too deep. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is consumed by instinct. A predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a bold heart.
Fabulous.
She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only a voice. Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
Part of the collective. The collective hands. Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
Fair, though. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No. Their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
They might. He does, I don't know why, but I know for a fact. He does, I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does, and when I find him, I'm gonna kill him. That's really tempting. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Okay, I'm sure that's very helpful. How many more do you need?
Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
I don't know how to find you the final one, though. Even though there's apparently many. Okay. Let's see if this is the last time. Is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
I don't know how to get another ending like this. I'm sorry, Lady of the Arms. If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
Is she gonna crash my game again? There is no waiting forever. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
You don't know? I don't know.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. A wordless vessel, bring the den to her.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is...
skip. Let's see. I don't need to auto this. Would you like a fun one? Yes, I would love a fun one. Tell me a fun thing. I don't know if I need to just, say anything in this part and want a back seat. That's fine. Tell me the general directions and I will take them. Just don't tell me what happens. Alright? But I don't know how to go for another end, so I'll fully accept in this round. Looking for badass or gushy? I feel like we've done a lot of gushy, so I don't know if we've really done a lot of gushy. Maybe gushy. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Enter the basement with a knife and lie to her. Okay, I can do that. Let's go to the basement
You
with
make
the
your way
knife.
up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
I believe
We're
there's
not
a
going to go
princess
through with
within,
this.
indeed.
Ignore him.
All right, proceed into the cabin. I don't think that I've lied to her yet, so let's see. I'm worried
The
that I'm
interior
gonna
of the cabin is
start
almost
to do a thing and
entirely
then
bare.
realize that I've actually
the
already
air of the
tried
blade
doing
is
it.
your implement.
But I don't think I have.
You'll
I haven't
need it
gotten
if
far.
you want to do this right.
When you can slay her, okay. Wait, without the knife. Go without the knife. Are you sure? I'm waiting a second just to make sure. I'm gonna actually take a drink of soda while I wait for a sec. No knife? Lie to her. Slay her. And that's an ending still? Okay. Enter the basement. Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly. Her voice.
Yeah, we're doing her
Hello?
a favor.
This hip. Don't let it fool.
Hello. Lie, I'm here to save you.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
That's a good route in my opinion. We'll find out.
You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
It'll totally
Come
work.
downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
I'm worried already.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Oh no, far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused.
I'm not good at staying
What might-
focused,
Hi.
narrator.
I can't
Hi.
believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
Okay.
I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
I didn't, but we'll figure
You
it
were
out.
lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't
Would they though? Okay, I'll see what I can do. Let me look at these chains right
Only
here.
making this more difficult.
No, you are, narrator.
Thank you.
You're so welcome, ma'am.
You're making a
You're
huge
definitely
mistake.
not about to devour me or
No.
anything.
You're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
Yeah.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Oh no.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Still at the lying part? Okay.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
It's totally upstairs.
Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
No,
They
it's
wouldn't
fine.
have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
What if they did, though? Okay. And if there isn't any key, do you have any other ideas? I'm gonna go upstairs and check. Should I check, or should I say if there isn't a key? I don't know if it matters really which one I choose. It could be either or, you know? I feel like it would go the same route either way. But you never know unless you know, you know? I'm thinking... She'll probably just be like, well, I could just knife myself, you know? So I think maybe, if there isn't a key, do you have other
Maybe
ideas?
there's some way to break the chains?
Yeah, there's definitely a way to break the chains or your arm.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Whatever you believe.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If
I
we were stuck
mean,
down here long
you
enough,
got
I'm sure
this. I
we'd be
got
nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You
All
attempt to
right.
make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Yeah.
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh, that's
Is
not
someone
ideal.
else here?
Let's
You
just
tried
try the door for funsies.
It's locked
Why
from the
not?
outside.
Let me out, let me
Your shouts
out.
and pleas are met with silence.
Let me out.
You're here
No?
to slay the
Okay.
princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
I leave when I want to leave. Okay, princess.
You make
Sorry
your way
about
to
that.
the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Well,
Easier for whom?
Yeah.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
No.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Oh, only a little
There's
bit.
a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
We so could.
She barely
Oh, no.
hesitates before raising
Right,
her
I
arm
forgot
to
she
her mouth,
eats her
her
arm.
teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
The clang of metal.
It's the blade from upstairs.
Do I
I'm
murder
not sure
now?
how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her.
I love sowing distrust into people that have done nothing wrong, right? As you
won't
should.
like what happens if you do that.
Is it time? Is it time to slay the princess? Murder now? Okay. Murder time.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back.
Oh, I feel like the back isn't really a great idea, but
The
okay.
wound drives her to the ground.
Murder, exactly.
Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
Mm-hmm.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
No,
The
only...
princess pushes
oh,
away
no.
from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back.
Only for a second. Only
Wounded,
one.
but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
Because of its many chapter 3s. Oh, is this one that's got a lot of them?
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
Well, I got a stabby knife, you know?
I thought we
It's
had the upper
fine.
hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
Look, she was gonna bite her
It's an
arm
act.
off.
She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I go with the
Don't
not so
waver
sure.
now.
Oh,
As you
no.
ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw.
Oh, no.
Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival
at
now.
advantage.
Give her everything you've got.
Slay the
Though your nerves are
princess.
seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the
She's
princess's
wounded
back.
from a stab, a bite, and still has a chain. It's true.
You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around. You steel
I don't think
your
we
resolve
can.
and take another step closer to the
There
princess.
was the option of turning this
You
around.
probably
In
won't
what
make it out of
way?
here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What is about not making it out of here alive?
Oh, no.
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen?
Yes.
I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised.
What about narrator?
Can
Is it
you
a miracle
feel
he's still
those
standing?
gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here,
this still
blood loss
correct?
is certain to finish the job.
I don't know.
You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you.
She's very
You
animalistic.
enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons. And then you stop.
And
Neither
then
you
stop.
nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
There are so many intricacies in this game, though. There are. I can tell
After
already.
all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
No, it sounds like you might
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you.
be. Now, in next round, do I go for the knife or do I not go for the
You've
knife?
paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
Is it over though?
If you
Is it
think this
really?
is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
We'll see. We'll see.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you
And
die.
you die. That's on you. Okay, so I can get an ending of an ending either way. Chapter 2, The Witch.
You're on a path. You're here to
Yeah, we're here for the princess. Got you, got you. But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here?
That you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying.
Either try to
and the
make her
two of us are
retrust you or
meeting for the
indulge
very
in the
first
nature.
time.
To think we were able to get a sucker punch first and then it was still a tie. I know,
If he doesn't
right?
remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
It's how you know we're
We need
doomed.
to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
We can't trust him, but can we trust her?
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Yes, that her specifically. Okay, proceed to the cabin. Let's go.
A warning. But she will lie. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
You can't trust us to get the job done, but that's okay. Let's see. We've got to find
The
out.
interior of the cabin is a mess of
wow.
twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that,
In a
almost as
way-
if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with
In
a
a
pristine
way,
blade
the roots,
perched
the
on
way
its
that they're
edge.
built, make me think of like a rib cage. You know? The witch.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Will I, though? What about approaching the mirror?
Walk up
as
to the
we
wall
do?
next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
There's a lot
What
to
are you
see
talking
here.
about? This isn't a wall.
Wipe the mirror clean.
Reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
No, you. Okay. Let's enter the
No
basement
blade.
and attempt
Hope
again.
you know what you're getting us into. It'll
I
always
totally
be here
know.
if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
I shan't speak much more. Are all the endings sufficient endings, you know? Don't want to
The
backseat
door to
too
the
hard
basement
fair
creaks
though,
open,
because then it'll just be like
revealing
you're
a
playing the game
staircase
and it's not
dug
the
into the
same,
muddy
you know?
earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
Still think
The
it
weak
feels like
starlight from the
bones.
cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth.
Oh no.
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath.
Bop, bop, bop,
If the princess
popcorn.
lives here,
Pop,
slaying
pop,
her would
pop
probably be
even.
doing her a favor. Her
Do you have
voice
popcorn
skitters
still?
up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
You probably do bite. I'm not nasty. Oh no. Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
I did nothing wrong.
She must have you confused with someone else.
Oh, she doesn't,
She
narrator.
seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Can't.
You can't. Unless you slay her
Just
right
enjoying
away,
the
she's
show,
going to
eating
break
pizza.
free
Oh
and
my
end
God,
the
pizza
world.
sounds good.
There's no reasoning with what she is.
What kind of pizza did you get?
Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Absolutely.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
Some people just like hearing the sound
You
of their own
need to
voices,
stop
you know?
lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss.
Is he the boss, though? We'll see.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
You
You,
descend
got some
the basement
beats on
steps,
you.
entering the dark room below.
You meet the opportunist yet? The only meeting with the opportunist is when we get like when you popped in, basically. Where we died so many times from the blade monster that we had like just about all of the personalities. Does she have a tail? She does indeed have a tail. Pepperoni pizza is amazing. Best choice.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
Yes, yes. So I don't know if I would really call it having met the opportunist, just because it was like such a muddle, but humanoid. Yes.
And there you are.
Am I drunk? Only a
Once again, seeming
smidge.
to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
We can be BFFs. I can brush your tail hair.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other.
We do.
Oh.
We have a short history.
You've already been here, haven't you?
Oh, you
That's
know,
pretty
narrator?
sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it.
Super
So,
great.
you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
And become BFFs with the furry princess.
Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
No.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Don't tell me what to do.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Let's see. I get the sense that you're not happy with me. Yeah. You scared me, okay? When you started gnawing your arm off, it scared me. So I stabbed you. Things got out of hand. It was an
Things did
accident.
get out of hand, didn't they? But it's hard to let bygones be bygones when they led to murder.
Look, it was dual murder, ma'am. It was
And
even.
you started it.
No, it was even. I'm sorry
Ooh,
about
smart.
last time.
Let's apologize. Get us back on the right
Yeah,
foot.
exactly. Woo the
you're
lady.
sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
Aren't I, though?
If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Are you gonna murder me if I do? Let's see. Neither of us are gonna get anywhere if we can't trust each other unless you want to fight, but I doubt you want to fight. Why do I have a nagging feeling you're gonna stab me in the back if I help you out? I don't trust you. Oh, no. But I don't want to fight.
Just because I'll never trust you doesn't mean I won't use you to get what I want.
The cat face she's got going, though.
The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please. But it insists I stay where I am.
But why?
If I'm to leave, I'm to leave with you. And you alone.
Oh. Alright, why do I think you're gonna stab me
And
then?
why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them?
Oh, maybe not at all, but you
But I
know.
wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Are we sure about that?
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event.
As the
She needs
opportunist
us to
should
get
be.
out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember?
No,
Even
I
if
don't
that's true, that
remember.
doesn't automatically mean she's gonna stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing.
She would never hurt
See?
me.
He
She's a
gets it.
princess.
There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
Let's see. I didn't bring my blade down, remember? How am I supposed to get you out of the chains?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
Okay.
The princess grins as the chains fall
Oh.
from her wrist.
Oh no.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Opportunist, no.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
I'm doing what I want. I don't trust you not enough to free you, definitely not enough to get close to you. Well, it doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's leave. Let's
Yes.
go.
Let's.
Are you gonna stab me?
She creeps
You're gonna
forward,
stab me.
taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
She never
Hi.
breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face.
Do you want a head pat? Your crown does need to be moved
She's
for a head
silent
pat.
for a long
though.
moment,
Oh, she doesn't
as
want
if
a head
testing
pat.
to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
Okay, hello.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Yeah.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us.
What if we both turn our back on each other and one of us walks
It
backwards?
shouldn't matter who
Have we
leads and who
considered?
follows. We're working together here.
Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her.
Somebody
It's
has to go
true.
first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time.
Yeah,
We're
so she
talking
can
a
murder
lot
us
about
this
trusting
time.
someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
No, it'll be fine. Okay, let's step onto the stairs.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
She's got such big
That's
eyes.
exactly what I'm worried about.
You step
It's
onto
fine,
the
we're
stairs
going.
and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only
Perhaps.
saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you.
Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's
Right?
the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
I mean, she can, but
The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself.
dang it, narrator, why do you ruin things?
Princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach.
Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
I wonder if she
You're not
wonders
even
what's
to wait
going
until
on
you're
with
through
my
that
brain.
door to proudly claim your victory, are you?
Why did you just say that? I think we know why.
Oh no.
You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight.
I thought she wanted
As you
out.
tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots.
Most
until
BS
finally
narrator answer
you both
yet,
separate with a
exactly.
bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop.
Feel something pop. Oh no.
The princess lands against the far
The frog.
wall,
It was in
gasping
her
as she
nature.
struggles to recover from the impact.
Oh no.
You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up.
Is her arm broken?
Wait, why won't we be getting up?
Oh,
I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several.
You know what? I'll
Narrator,
say it.
please.
That sucks. I don't like having a broken back.
Yeah, I wouldn't like having a broken
going
back
to help
either.
her? Why? Why did she do that?
It's what I would have done.
Oh,
Have you
no.
considered not being like that?
Of course not.
It's what keeps us alive.
Does
and
it
yet
keeps
here
us
we
alive,
are,
though?
paralyzed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
It's so true.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
Look, I only murdered you once, and you murdered me back at the same exact time. Let's see. We could have gotten out of here if we just trusted each other. We were never gonna get up the stairs,
The
huh?
princess lets out a mocking laugh.
The achievement is from the story The Scorpion and the Frog. Oh, I know that one. Yeah. And the frog assists only to be stabbed in the back. And it just says it was in my nature. Oh,
By our
no.
very natures, only one of us
I
could make
knew
it
it seemed
upstairs
familiar.
unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
Is it true, though?
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back.
That's why
And then
we
you'd
weren't able
say
to do
something
it.
like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us.
Oh, no.
And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. It's just
Now
one
we're
problem.
stuck, though.
And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first.
She would have.
You're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it?
The opportunist
Princess's
isn't very
body
smart
twitches
either.
as she tries to get up.
Oh no, she realized she's broken too.
So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
Isn't it though?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze...
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Yeah, we're totally
Certainly
both just
seems
stuck
that way.
here.
What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. World could be saved after all.
Or not.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
I don't know about that, ma'am.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
Oh no. He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Oh no. Tragic. But you don't get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
One of the few 2-chapter endings? Of course I found it.
And there's
Go
that
figure.
mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay.
But
Just
it feels
trust
so bad.
me.
Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side's going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
You don't have a
Fine.
choice.
We're going places.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in the shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Lurkers, come back. Oh no. It's time for the ending, yes. So, you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Are you a part of me or something else? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why? I want to ask why.
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
No. Let's see. And if you're something not like me,
I'm
what
a
are
method.
you?
Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Oh, I have. So many. Others like you. You've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been
Of
different?
course. That is by both necessity and design.
Choose carefully, yes.
This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon.
and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Oh, I can wake up? Let's see. Do you have anything to say for yourself? After everything you've done, do you think anyone deserves to live? Does it hurt? I don't think I want to ask that. I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Are you a part of me? Are you something else? You said she contains death. What is she? So you do know about the looping. So many times I met you, you denied it. Even being a possibility. Why did you lie to me?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied,
What a waste of a question. Does it hurt? Exactly.
perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible.
Well,
Maybe they were
wrong.
just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant.
And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct
those
works.
mouths just moves, Mom.
Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really?
Bum.
Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
How do we know you're right? Oh. Do you have anything to say for
I do.
yourself?
The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Oh no. We're running out of questions to be able to ask. Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry I don't want to destroy you, but do I though? Oh, thank you for the raid. Yeehaw raid, exactly. From Noswell, is that how we pronounce it? Oh, and thank you so much for the everything, for the follow, for the raid. The raid, exactly. I hope that you had a good stream. Welcome raiders, yes, welcome raiders. Fox sent me, amazing. We gotta thank the Fox. Also, thank you James the Ninja for the follow. Yes, thank you. How was your stream? How was everything? What did you play? What did you do? If you feel like telling me, I can understand if you want to just dip. Static Fox, I suggest he raid you. Oh, thanks. I appreciate. Also, thank you, Nahi. I appreciate. It has been a while. It has. How have you been? How are things? How is the stuff? Okay. How is your pet kitty? She's doing great. Today is actually her 22nd birthday. So she's fabulous. I've been giving her tons of fancy wet foods, all her favorites. Because, she deserves it for being ancient. Alright, we're going to ask what is the princess and if they made her
She
also.
is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
Oh, it's her birthday? It is her birthday. It's fancy. She's so old. Just beat the secret episode of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That sounds like a lot. That's a lot of progress. Are you a cute little cyber kitty? I am a kitty, but I am a time traveler. But don't tell the government. They're gonna come for me, and I've been trying to hide from them for a while. To be on full-time VTuber model. It's fun. I like being a VTuber. It's great stuff. Just babysitting puppies and replaying Trails from Zero. Are you winning? I need to play a bunch of the Kingdom Hearts since it came to PC stuff. I will miss IRL stuff. That's fair. It's just so much easier with everything. YouTuber model does look like you. Thanks. I tried to make her look similar, but you know, you can't make anime into real, but you can make anime into real simultaneously. People both IRL and VTuber. Oh my god, thanks. But yeah, I did try to make her kind of similar, because, you know, when you time travel, I guess some days you get to turn into a waifu. It's just how it works.
So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Seems
Also,
that
I've
every
never
me
seen
you
the
met did a
shruggy
real
emote
shit
there.
job of it, though.
Oh, I received a gift. That finally works now again, it seems like. Thank you, Soul. I appreciate you. Oh gosh, I forgot things crack when I finish a question. Oh no. Let's see. If you want me to destroy the concept of transformation, how is that existence any better than death? Or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse. Does it though? After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? Naturally, it's Kitty's birthday. True. Kitty deserves the world. I've given her so many pats today. So many snacks. If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it.
I don't know if I believe you. If you want me to destroy the concept, blah blah blah, do you know that things won't just be worse if I destroy
Of course
her?
they will be worse. I saw a glimpse of a better world, and I did what I could to make it real. Anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
Are you sure? Oh, that crack was really small. It was quiet in comparison to the other ones. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go down to the bottom of the questions because I haven't. This game has so many endings. That's what I'm realizing. Like, I went in blind and have not had a clue that this was gonna happen. Noswal. Do I pronounce that right? Is it Noswal? Or is it a different pronunciations? All the endings ever? It's true. He plays various games such as Digimon. Oh my gosh, I love Digimon. What's your favorite Digimon? Kingdom Hearts. Also love Kingdom Hearts. Earthbound, Metroid, all of them games. Sense of humor and conducts interviews with individual streamers. Finally, a chill person to talk to. Chill is great. The K is silent. Okay, great. I think I got it right then. Okay, we're checking the bottom now. Who cares about dying? I've died plenty of times. But you make it cute. Oh, thanks. I don't think I will get a 45 stream streak. I work Friday during your stream. Oh no. Maybe you'll get a perfectly timed break, you know? Just long enough to sneak on to keep your stream streak. If I could, I would just bypass it, but I can't. And it would be cheating. Where's the fun in that, you know? Maybe. I'm pretty sure death is good, actually. Important, even. Alright, and what's my true identity? I would like that. Would you like to be a guest?
You're the long
Sure.
quiet. The god I made
like
to
being
rid the
a
world
guest.
of death.
I'm the long quiet? But I thought I was going to the long quiet. But oh well, if I miss it. It was a great long streak, but life is life. It's true. It just gives you a new benchmark to beat next time, you know? Oh, we broke more things. Alright, we're going back to the bottom of the list. It looks like we've got 2 more questions we can ask before we complete defeat. Here we go. The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing.
Why though?
But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion.
Consumed.
When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Is that ideal though? Death of the author. Run out of questions. I didn't run out of questions though. I can tell you all about how the interview works, yes. If you want, you can send me a Discord message. It's same username as my username here. And you can let me know the stuff through there. I don't know if you have a Discord. I'm just making assumptions. I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. Rest easy, I'm gonna destroy her. Lie. Rest easy, I'm gonna destroy her. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all of this. In Discord, okay.
I've said my piece, and my time is up.
Your time is up,
It's like
Echo.
I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away.
Speaking of,
You
we do
know
need to chat
what you
in
have to
Discord too. It's true, it's true. I want to do a community night. I was planning on some sort of community night in the near future. I have forgotten what the plan was, though. I think Nahi might remember. It was brought up fairly recently, though. At the moment, I'm maxed out on servers I could be in, so I'll have to add you as a friend. That's fine. I don't mind. Why are the eyes shutting? Oh, it's because you died. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The long quiet, all of this is you. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent God. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Golf with friends, yes, he's right. I knew he would know. Proceed to the cabin one last time. An untrusting vessel, bring the witch to her. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Somebody get the squirt bottle? I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think I was prepared for that response. Oh! She looks so...
I can finally see you. And you can finally see me.
Hello, princess.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Have you? I've missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means. What happens now? Do you know about the echo?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
Right. Okay. I don't really know what it means to be the long quiet.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound.
I can see why.
A pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Sounds suspicious to me. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me? I mean, that does seem like a very heavy burden to bear. Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions, and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. It's only one among how many? We've let the world end 1 billion times. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led me to this moment? There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I told you what was going to happen when we reach this point. Slay. Just slay silently. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how we leave or where to go. There's so many stories unfinished.
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not.
I do,
of beginning
indeed.
and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Nothing but us? Don't you have a say in all of this?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts.
She's gonna kill me, isn't she?
If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Or would it have, suspicious lady? Alright, let's talk this through.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Why is she mad at me now? Why is she mad at me now?
Behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves.
What is happening?
But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time.
Okay.
To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
Address this vessel statement directly. Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. Reject your authority. You've done nothing but lecture me since the minute I got here. Argue independence. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. Reject her perspective. I won't engage with violence. Address the vessel statement directly. If there are no endings, there are no limits. If there are no limits, then there is no difference between growth and decay. I have already come so far. What more is there left for me to see? With time, we could have been better.
And there is always time.
To become better? Oh no.
Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. But even after the pain of defeat, you return.
I do that.
The dance is its own truth. It is the movement that matters, not the pause you mistake for an ending.
Alright. I want to address it directly again. Would you have us fight forever? The dance was good, wasn't it? I don't want to think of a world without you. Are you so sure of yourself that you think the world would stop without you? Would you have us fight forever?
I would have you realize that what you decry as suffering is beauty. But even as you stir to wakefulness, you cling to mortality that was never yours.
It sounds like mortality was never hers either, though.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it.
I probably did, and you turned into a lot of knives.
On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts are not healed. Alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive, dead, all at once. You learned to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me.
I did.
You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives. And yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
I could have reached it without her. Late stream for you tonight. I know, I'm beating it. I'm defeating it. Only sort of, though. We're gonna address again directly. If you hadn't snatched that body away, we would have killed each other. We were self-destructive. It felt so good to finally win, even if it was going to cost me my life. Go into the distance, yes. Even if the journey was agony, the end gave the struggle meaning. I want to go with we were self-destructive. It sounds almost poetic.
Or did the beauty of our dance reach beyond the shadow of death? It was lethality that made us what we were.
Was it?
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us.
And it didn't work out well for one of us.
Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey
she
now
got
that you've seen its
decapitated.
beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
Maybe. Let's see. Amazing sprite right there, right? This is so pretty. This is so fancy. Also, just the peeking head over the mound. The path is just a metaphor. I want to protect them. I don't want to keep anyone still. What does the path matter if it always ends? Let's see. I don't want to keep anyone still.
Nor should you. Nor should I. Our purpose is to be and to experience. And their purpose is the same.
Back. Welcome back. How were your things? How did they go? Oh no.
Now what if I tried to stake into your body? And another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
If you want to ruin this peak art style, look at the god's hip. Oh no.
But the stakes meant nothing to you.
Oh.
You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
Nothing could hold us back. Let's see. Address it. We both know I was blinded. That feeling never left me. There we go. We want something romantic, something sweet.
Then there's no need for you to fight for who you are. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together.
First pick was to save the princess. You gotta. Took out the garbage and made myself a bowl of cereal and Flintstones cereal. That's amazing. I could go for some cereal right now. I'm ready. I want to leave with you. Stop the fight early and surrender. I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective. Oh god, I can make choices here. Oh no. Mine was to turn around and leave. I mean, fair. As it logically really should be. I'm gonna save in this middle one here. I'm not gonna remember that I did. But we need to talk about it further.
To open your eyes, then I will give you
Decisions, right? It's so difficult. As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to
Girl, there are save pages.
everything that
What?
isn't.
Oh my god. I didn't just learn that right now. No.
There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
But what is this to become for you? It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? Let me see. There's so many options of slay the princess, and I don't want to. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't set you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. I'm gonna go with exploring first. I want to comment that she thinks she is holier than everyone else.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
That sounds like someone who's blind to the truth. What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
That's quite the tapestry. That's quite the life. Alright. I want to comment that I must be able to change her if she's insistent that she can change
What
me.
I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
And what I offer you is experience, ma'am.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh god, I've got the voices in my head. Which hero are you? You have no idea how good it is to hear you. I can do this alone. Where's everyone else? I thought voices weren't allowed here.
Apparently that's not true, but we can worry about it later.
Okay, we
She's
can worry
too
about
many
it
things
later.
all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence.
Oh, that sounds
There's still
difficult.
a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
Okay, let's
It's
do it.
time to resume our dance.
Oh, we don't need to. We don't need to.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick.
I can do this out here on my own? No, I don't
Let's
think
go.
so. Let's go. Oh. Oh, no. Huh.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
It is indeed,
Do
hero.
you need me to describe things?
For old time's sake, maybe not. Did anyone else make it? Is the narrator gone? Is it just you
It's
and
just
me?
us. I think the rest of them are still out
At
there.
least one out of those
Jumbled
three
up in the
faces is
rest of
cute,
her.
right? Okay. Let's see. We can. Ladies in the window. Oh, God, you're right. They're all there. I didn't even see them. Let's enter the basement
No blade
without a
it is.
weapon.
I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
Which isn't very far at all, but that's okay.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded
less
just like
murder?
that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down the
And
stairs.
down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
There you
Hello.
are. You look just like you did when we first met. Let's talk for a bit. Maybe we can figure this out.
Totally. I mean, you don't have any chains on your arms this time. Let's sit with you. It's so good to see you again. Sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
You are so sweet, but the first time we met, you tried to rescue me, and I stabbed you like 50 times in the chest.
Oh no.
And you know how bad of a job I did. You were the one getting stabbed.
So true.
I mean, yes, you were possessed by that freaky voice living in your head, but
I was.
I also could have maybe tried doing anything else before deciding to kill you. Anyways, I'm also sorry. We both
For
let things
killing
get
me?
a little out of hand. But we don't have to let that stop us from being who we want to be.
Who do we want
You
to
know, when she puts it like that,
be? Alright. I don't think I want to be a god. Are you the same as you are out there? Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you? I don't think there is a real her.
I'm the princess. The one you've been spending all this time with. I know I've changed a few times, but so have you.
Only a few.
And you're still real to me.
Thanks. I appreciate you without all the extra things. Fun fact, this ending is changed based on your very first decision. I was thinking it had to be, based on all of the text that they've said so far. So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I don't have one, and I think I like it better that way. But you can call me Princess if you want.
Thanks.
You know, you never told me your name.
I don't have one either. I don't think I have one either.
Then I guess I'll call you Quiet.
Oh, thanks. I'm not very,
not
but
hero. Oh well, quiet will do.
quiet will do. Let's see here. What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be? None of this was ever really fair, huh, Neil?
I don't know.
I don't think it's fair to judge her. It must be so lonely, thinking that she's everything that matters in the world.
It must be.
Thinking that she's the only one with all the answers.
I never thought about it like that. That does sound lonely, doesn't it?
It does. Let's see. None of this was ever our choice,
I don't
huh?
know. We made it to the other side. And we found each other. I think that means all of the bad was worth it.
Was it, though? Are you the same? I think I already asked that, basically, didn't I? What if we just leave?
Can we actually do that? What would that even mean? Where would we go?
It would mean something, I'm sure. Take her hand in yours. I've always wanted to leave with you, but I didn't like being a god. I wanted to just walk through the cabin door as we are, just you and me. Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know something new. It doesn't matter what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want. You so sappy. I don't know where we'd go, but as long as it's not here and as long as I'm with you, that's all I want. I'm gonna take her hands with my weird bird hand. Okay, let's see. Not knowing what it means is not why I want it. It doesn't matter. We're leaving together. That's what does matter. There you
want
go.
that too.
Great. It's the nice version, so you
I think
know.
I'm going to stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
It is, thank you, hero. You're not smitten, so you're not the right one here. Are you gonna be okay alone?
I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
Leave with the princess. Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence, filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence. An
Y'all ever just eat a
electricity.
packet of
Oh my
ketchup?
God.
Every so often when I'm hungry I grab a handful of ketchup packets at a restaurant, open them and eat them.
Thank you, Omega, for ruining the moment, for breaking up the sappiness. Oh my god. I hope you do. I hope you have a mouthful of ketchup right now while you're watching the stream. That's all I want out of this video game. Out of my life. Thought it would help, totally. Pretty late stream. It is. But we gotta see the end, you know? An electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. Flan hat atop head. Fantastic. Flantastic, even. You feel her hand tremble in yours. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this. Yet, she still is. And then, she crosses the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with her. For the flannel. Yes, exactly, the flannelly. Beautiful.
Come on, princess. It's just a door.
It is just a door, princess.
Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. This is really it. Whatever happens next will be completely new.
I am not saying that first line, so fill it with your imagination. Who's gonna open it? Are you ready? Neither of us knows what it's gonna be like out there.
And that's okay. That's the point, right? Side by side, stepping out into the unknown. Together.
Indeed. With the flan hat. Ew, they're holding hands. So lewd. And what happens next? Whatever it is, you'll face it together. Achievement unlocked. Fancy little ending. The voices in your head. Great. Amazing stuff. Amazing. Did we defeat it then? Before marriage? I know! The lewdness, overwhelming. I don't know if I can handle it. It's just too much. Looks like you won. It looks like it. I feel like we probably got like one of the better options of how the ending could end, right? Since it can change based on the first route you take. The axolotl. How are you doing, by the way? I'm doing great. I am hungry. Our song, Finish the Game. Good ending doesn't count. But it does count. The good ending counts all the time. Definitely good. They've got join all the things. Play our other game. Make your playlist. Return to the main menu. Okay. So, we beat the game. We got a pretty darn good ending. Even if it was, you know, lewd as heck. But we defeated it. I'm hungry. So, it is time to end the stream. Rest up. Oh, thanks. Till later. So thank you all for watching, hanging out, lurking. Thank you to Omega Jazz for the follow and Noswal for the raid. I loved it. I appreciate you so much. And your follow. And James the Ninja's follow. Good night. Thank you all for watching, lurking, hanging out, and all those things that you do. And I hope to see you all next time. Bye-bye.